Happy Friday, Ranger Nation! It is time for a brand new Ranger Week in Review. We had a new episode of Ninja Steel. We had a bunch of stuff with Hyperforce. Kamen Rider Build is still getting more toys than you will know what to do with, but you'll definitely be snazzy while having them. Something to that effect. And, oh, lots of figures, and we'll talk about figures later. Stay tuned because the Ranger Week in Review starts right now. Thanks for joining me this wonderful Friday. This is the Ranger Week in Review, and I don't know about you, but this daylight savings time is, I'm exhausted. So, we're gonna be excited because it's Friday. So, if nothing else, you're excited because it's Friday. You could also be excited because we have a bunch of stuff for Hyperforce. We get to talk about, we have toys, specifically 25th anniversary toys that we're getting. I don't know if anybody asked for them, but we're getting them. And they did a crappy job on the paint, but that's a whole nother can of worms. We have something about the movie, which is bizarre, but we have a lot of stuff to talk about. So we're just gonna, this is gonna be just the train going this week, and bear with me, because this will be a fun one. Let's start with our favorite place ever, new episodes of Ninja Steel. Last week's episode of Power Rangers Ninja Steel was called Helping Hand. I could go on and on about it. In fact, I did, but I'm not going to include that in this video. It's the episode before the finale, and it didn't feel like it, except for maybe the last 30 seconds of the entire thing. It was an okay episode. I liked Sarah's mom. There was some decent character interaction with everything. There was some good Cosmo, which is always fun because I love Cosmo. And in this not build up of everything, they managed to get all of their Zords together for the Ultra Zord. Or something. It could not be called the Ultra Zord. But they got it with the very last bit of Ninja Steel. They're going to have to start melting down all of their other ones that they don't need in order to make if they want any more. But an asteroid or a meteor, I don't know which one. One of them I think is when it's hit. So, it's on its way. It's got Ninja Steel. Victor and Monty got kidnapped. Ta-da! That was your episode. Now, that is to be continued because we get the finale next, right? No, we don't. Because SpongeBob is more important. And we are being preempted. I'm going to let stuff ride a little bit more tonight. I'm in a particularly fun mood when thinking about Nickelodeon and Saban and what they're... You know what? We're going to let it ride tonight. We're going to have some fun. Maybe the Ranger Weekend Review is going to go in some weird directions. I'm not really sure yet. We're going to find out. Continuing on. We don't get a new episode of Power Rangers Ninja Steel next Saturday because we get the SpongeBob movie instead. Screw them, whatever. It's going to be the next weekend, November 18th. There's no clips up for it yet. I'll show you them next weekend. It's going to involve Galvanic's probably trying to take over because he has most of all the Ninja Stars now, except for the Ninja Stars that morph them, but whatever. That's the show, folks. Oh, there's more. I forgot. Okay, let's go. Nothing new in Kelson Henderson news. I haven't brought that one up in a while. There is new movie news, however, which is bizarre. The thing that we talked about last week, they didn't renew the logo and everything. They said, whoa, dude, don't worry about it. They went and go ahead, and thanks to MegaPowerBrasil, Saban has re-registered the movie logo. So, huzzah! Everything is saved! It's amazing! We're getting 8 sequels and a fanfic. Oh, wait, it doesn't mean anything. But it means that no one else, that actually isn't how it works either. Just in case. They have it now just in case, and that's about it. Artwork came out for some of the rejected movie design helmets. If you'd like to see them, Power Rangers now has the scoop. And they look somewhat similar, somewhat different. Yeah, you know how it goes. You can definitely tell the main theme they were going for, so if you're interested in seeing that, check out the links. Power Rangers Now has you taken care of. Nothing as far as new comics go, as far as I read, so sorry if I missed anything. Hyperforce, though. Let's talk about Hyperforce, because Hyperforce right now is the beacon of light for me. And if you're not into tabletop RPGs, I definitely have friends that are like, no, this is lame, this is just, it's a bad fanfic, like, that's cool, whatever, that's your opinion. We can all get along in the Ranger fandom. But I super love it. And that was already too low. That was like half the time I was going to talk about Hyperforce. It's a good thing I did a video about my opinions on Hyperforce for episode 3. It is in the links below. And if it's not, it's on somewhere else. And I told you, we're just rolling tonight. We're just going with this. It's been a weird day. Hyperforce, are you still hashtag all caps hyped for Hyperforce? I did a video on episode 3. It's on my channel under the Hyperforce chats. I'm doing some coffee chats, a little more vlog, one-on-one, less cuts, that kind of jazz. So if you're interested, please feel free to check it out. It was awesome. They got specialized weapons. There was a danger room. They tried to smash the Alliance leader with their ship. There was lots of stuff about rainbow sprinkles, a wrench. And there's a lot of other stuff too. Oh, Jack didn't die. Spoiler alert. Jack didn't die. I'm so happy. They fought a monster in the library, and Jack said the phrase, "Screwy decimal system." Do you need to know anything else? Check out my video if you want to hear a longer wrap-up of Hyperforce, but it's going to be live again next week. Join me in the chat room and work on your characters. Send them all the energy you possibly can. Speaking of holidays, because I didn't actually speak of it, but I was thinking of it, so we're going to keep that line. Thinking of holidays, I don't know when they're going to take off. It just occurs to me, in November is Thanksgiving. I normally, spoiler alert, I record this Thursday night. So, not 100% sure what we're going to do about Thanksgiving coming up. If I'm going to try to just do something live on Friday. That could be a good thing. If maybe I should do a subscriber thing. If I can hit, like, 250, maybe 300, I could do one live, like, day after Thanksgiving, maybe. We can work on this. Anyway, I still want to put something out for you on Friday for the Ranger Weekend Review. It just might be a little different than normal. So, maybe it'll be the start of something amazing. Maybe it will crash and burn. But, honestly, you got a 50-50 shot right now. So, continuing on. No Legacy Wars that I know of this week. They had a Megazord competition last weekend. Unfortunately, they didn't announce it until after I recorded. They probably haven't, if they're going to do anything else, they probably won't announce it until after I record anyway. Check me out on my social media, though, because, like, Twitter, I retweet all this stuff. So if for some reason I were to miss it, if you follow me on Twitter at AkibaRanger or at RangerWI Review, you'll get caught up on minute to minute of anything that I got missed. I can't believe I actually worked that into the show for, like, the first time ever with a good transition. Merch news. Black Friday is actually kind of around the corner. Some ads are starting to trickle out. Now, the only ones that I've seen that are Ranger-related so far, Target has came out. They have, it is the 6-pack of movie, Power Ranger movie, clearly. Who else would it be if it wasn't Power Rangers? Ugh. Power Ranger figures. The 5 Rangers plus Gold are, they are 40% off. I actually looked at their website and I couldn't find a normal price. So whatever you think the average price of that should be, it's 40% off. Also, Walmart, no toys, but Walmart does have the Power Rangers movie, again, movie, I'll clear out those toys, for $8 for the regular DVD and $10 for the Blu-ray disc. So if you're holding out, maybe you really wanted the physical copy, but you haven't bought it yet, because, you know, money's tight, especially around the holidays, I feel ya. Yeah, that'd be a good excuse for you to go ahead and pick up the movie. And I did like the movie, so I know I started this too late talking about the movie, but I really like the movie. Is this where we are? We're in merch news? Oh Lord, we're already in merch news. Alright, let's talk about it. The flip heads. I've stopped myself many times before I got too far into a little rant about why it's just ridiculous that they use a probably 1993 one they found at a yard sale for this promotional image, but you know what? we're gonna let it go. It's just like the silver belts that they put on the legacy figures and the bent weapons for the promotional photos. This is what we get. There it is. Enjoy. If you want to pre-order them, which, let's be honest, I still want them because I still want them. Don't bother getting a case if you would like a random assortment, because green gets 4, red gets 1, and pink gets 1. Whatever, at this point, again, that was a case assortment according to Entertainment Art. It does say it's subject to change. Maybe it'll change. Maybe it was a typo or an error. If it is a typo or an error and that is not the actual case, as soon as I find out, I will tweet it and I will put it in my next video, because in this situation, I am more than happy to be the wrong one. But that's neither here nor there. Those are your legacy flip heads, and that is it for your merchandise news. Let's go to happier subject. Let's go to con news. Con news, huzzah! Oh, I get my props. Ranger Stop happened last weekend, and while I wasn't there, it looked like a lot of fun was being had by the people who were there. Just check out the hashtag Ranger Stop if you want to see some of the photos or anything that happened. I hope everybody that went had a fantastic time and, got back home safely. And, we'll maybe get to meet each other again, maybe LexCon, and then maybe Morphicon. So, the other, let's see, Morphicon, speaking of, look at that segue. Morphicon, hotel blocks are now up as of Thursday. So, I think they're $179 at the Hilton, which is steps away. Now, I've never been to the Anaheim Convention Center, so it just said steps away, so I'm going to believe them. Take it for face value. But it is steps away, and that is where you can find your blocks. So start getting your rooms now. Think of room buddies, because if you can fit 4 people into a room, $179 is a lot of money, especially if you're going to maybe stay 2-3 nights. Yeah, reach out to Ranger groups. If you're not afraid to stay in a room with a total stranger, this sounds really bad that I'm advocating for staying in a room with a total stranger. But, we're not all creepy. I am, but not everyone else. Go ahead, maybe reach out to one of your Facebook or whatever groups for Rangers that you're in, and yeah, you'll get it all figured out. I want to talk very briefly about my weekend. I got to hang out with Deborah Estelle Phillips, the yellow Time Force Ranger Katie. If you were if you're watching this, first off, I'm sorry. Second off, I had the most amazing time. So we were stuck in a booth together for, I think, like 15 hours or whatever. And she is genuinely one of the easiest to talk to people I've ever met in my life. We immediately, she's just great to talk to and interact with. If she comes to your town, please go meet her. Tell her Liz sent you. And she will probably run away in fear. But if you'd like to see some of our shenanigans, check out some of my previous videos I put out this week. We went through a haunted house. It was more like a maze. Guys, I'm going to be super honest. I do not like scary things jumping out at me in the dark, and so the screams were real. Same with her. And then she also arm wrestled a fan as Katie, the strongest Power Ranger ever, which is flippin' adorable. So check out those videos if you were interested. But I had a great time. I'll tell you, one of the most refreshing things was she genuinely wanted to ask me questions. She wanted to know the fans' opinion on things, and that Rangers want to know what we think. And maybe she got more than what she bargained for, because I did give her the honest truth. She just kept asking questions, and she was so wanting to know how the fans feel about everything. If you ever get a chance to meet her, please do. She was an absolute sweetheart. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I mean, you were contractually obligated. Thank you for hanging out with me. Thanks to Steffi from Sapphire Management for giving me the opportunity to hang out with her. I super appreciate it. It was my birthday on Saturday, and it was one of the coolest birthdays I've ever had in my life. So, thank you very much. Back to the shenanigans and silliness and all that random crap. Alright, 2 podcasts that I'd heard of this week. The Grid is out with Abracadabra, which I love their names, I do. And Morphin Grid had a podcast. They haven't done one since I've started this show, so it's the first time I've mentioned them, but links to both of those podcasts are below if you'd like to give them a listen, because not everybody can watch videos. I get it. You listen to things. Who doesn't want to talk Power Rangers all the time? Other than our wives, husbands, parents, and significant others. Let's go to Goku news. We have some Sentai stuff that is, we're going to talk. I don't think I have any Power Ranger rumors, and I have basically given up. I am no longer going to be talking about colors or whatever until anything else concrete comes out, because it's just getting silly at this point. They're fun, but there's probably not going to be a lot more of them until a month from now, whenever the press conference and scans and everything are going to start coming out. So hit me back up about beginning of December if you like some more concrete things, because, you know, they'll be real. So that's about all for that. In other Sentai news, a Detail of Heroes book is going to be coming out. Now, they haven't ever done one for Sentai before. They do them for Kamen Rider, but they have not done one for Sentai, but they're doing one for AkibaRanger, so woohoo! And if that is the cover for it, I'm sure the artwork is going to be beautiful. If you want to get your hands on your own edition, depending on the currency exchange for the day, it's about $30. There is a link to it below. In sub news, 5-Man is now fully subbed, thanks to the guys over at XIG Fansubs. And girls, I don't judge, sorry, you know. The guys and girls at XIG Fansubs for getting 5-Man, so if you like that, to watch it, boom boom, check out links. Let's go to Ryder. Ryder has, do you want Ryder toys? That's good, because you're getting them. Now, you might have to buy pajamas, you might have to buy clothing, but you're going to get some new bottles. You're going to get, what do we get? We're getting Rose Helicopter, we're getting, was it Dog Mike? Dog Mike. Okay, that one's going to be an interesting one. You get that one with the Be The One single, the soundtrack, the theme. We'll get there eventually. You get it with a theme. It's also going to come with another song if you want to get that pre-order. There's just a bunch of, just go to the comment section and just check out all the links. And you're going to see even more pictures. The Dog Mike bottles, the Rose ones, we're getting a Pirate Train one. It was kind of crazy. It was the Kaisko Resha, and I'm like, what? I know those words. That was kind of neat. So, looking at all these pictures, if they interest you, go ahead and check them out. Plenty of links, and the links will take you if you're ordered to pre-order, and, fun things. Get all the toys. Take pictures of them. Send them to me. I like seeing them. If you're a fan of Den-O, speaking of Russia, if you're a fan of Den-O or Black RX, mark your calendars, because December 1st, Bandai is going to be holding a Tamashii Nations event, and they had a collection of logos for brands that are going to be receiving major announcements at the event, and Den-O and Black RX are part of it. It's going to be Den-O's 10th anniversary, I believe. If that's wrong, I'll blur it up, but I think it's going to be Den-O's 10th anniversary. Where has the time gone? Where has the time gone? And maybe they'll get something really pretty and cool. That, my friends, wraps it up. Translucent Tommy is still in the medical bay. He's, unfortunately, hinges are starting to get a little loose. But we're still going to sacrifice him to the rumors, because that's what we do. That's what we do. If you haven't already, I'd love a thumbs up or a comment or whatever, because as a YouTuber, apparently you're supposed to beg for them, and apparently if you make videos, you're a YouTuber. I don't consider myself one, but you never know. This has been the most rambly edition of the Ranger Week in Review I think I have ever done. On behalf of the show that I do, I am the person that I am. I'm Ranger Liz, guys. I hope you have a fantastic weekend, and I will see you next time. Toodles! Oh, this is gonna be a rough night. This is gonna be a rough night. The thing that you put up in the top. Cover!